G'day, Vlad here. How's it going? So today I'm going to be playing against STBB on Arena. So I am Poles and he is, you guessed it, also Poles. So my strategy against Poles going into this was I thought I'm going to petard rush him. Probably not the best civ to do it against because they've got cheap castles. Well, not cheap castles, but they've got stone mining bonus. So it's less costly to a game plan to go for more castles. But I'm going to try it anyway. So we'll speed things up. Have a look at his eco, see how it differs from mine as we go through. So I've noticed this, he kills multiple sheep at once and hits the straggler trees. Where at this stage here I'm killing one sheep at a time with 7 veals, sending that one to build houses and lure a boar. So I haven't really seen someone play like this before, but it looks all neat and tidy, and it looks like it's being done in an orderly manner. Sending one out to get berries, full arc. Alrighty. One boar lured, and he lures it around the full arc. And that's fine, in fact that's probably better than what I do. I always take my boars to the town centre, probably more out of habit than any logical reason. But that was nicely done. Then he brings his sheep over to his berries. Builds a lumber camp on the forest. A bit of an interesting style. He sends one villager forward to build a mill. 2 villagers, 3 villagers, and he... 4 villagers? 4 villagers to hunt deer. I always send 7 from my second boar to hunt my deer. I don't know why, I just do. Very orderly. He's going to have a nice time placing farms around these full arcs if all goes to plan. Almost all of his map is now a good place to put farms, or at least 1/3 of his base, I mean. So he's house capped, but he's going up to... No, I'm going up to castle. Oof, that's unfortunate. He's going up to castle 2. At about halfway through Castle Age time, that's when I send my villagers to do the castle drop. And my plan going into this was to get lots of petards, go through his gate, which will already be shot down, and hit his defensive castle, which I'm anticipating him to plant about there. He's still luring his second boar though. Now one thing I noticed was he ate all his berries up. I'm always way inefficient with my berries and I don't even use them all. See, I've still got him there, so that's something I've got to work on. Alrighty. Mining stone from the castle drop. He builds a defensive castle. Very nice, that's exactly what I'm anticipating. See that villager that just died? I don't know what she was thinking. I don't even know why I sent her there. Alright, he's building a wall, so he's sort of protecting this area here that the castle can shoot so I can't sneak in. And he's gone for 2 stables, which makes me think originally he was planning on going for knights. Alrighty, now I go in to build a castle and I think I'm safe because that red line only just touches the castle, so I think it can't hit my villagers. It can hit those ones. But here's the clever thing, he's researching fletching as I'm doing this, and fletching is going to be done before that castle goes up. And now I can't build the castle anymore. He can shoot my villagers, he hasn't realised it yet. There we go. He's now hitting my villagers and killing them. I didn't notice. Nice few easy veal kills. Gives him a huge advantage. So far I'm going to say that STBB is handling my petard rush very well and is absolutely winning this game. Eco wise we're looking pretty similar. But I've still got the veal lead. I've got 46 veals to his 40. And he's had to build all this stuff to defend his base, which is good. Alrighty, so I'm queuing petards and I gave my game away. Dead petard. See, I meant to have them go into the castle after they were created, but I guess I lost a little bit of resources wasting those petards. So I've got this almost whole castle here I can't do anything with. And I can't finish building it easily because he's got his castle fire radius completely surrounding my castle. So somehow when I took Vils out, he got a scout in. Luckily I could kill it, but I mean now I've got these Vils just standing around being idle. Oh, what's happening here? And the castle goes down. Now let's see what these guys do. They could have hit the TC, but maybe they're doing something better. Nope. They just die. Sorry, Larry and Barry. Obviously, your suicide bombing attempt failed. Alrighty, so what's he building there? He's building another town centre. So I'm queuing up more petards with the idea of going in to take out the TC. Alright, building another castle. Alright, those villagers are back to work over here. Now that puts him under quite a bit of pressure, but he's going up to Imperial Age. He's 2/3 of the way up to Imperial Age. His original base is almost cut in half with that. Alrighty, so he got to Imperial Age, and I'm not even researching it yet. Instead, I'm still making petards. So I want to take down that castle before he builds a treb, but it's too late. And the petard rush failed. It completely failed. Now I am on the back foot. He's gonna win. He's got multiple trebs out, and I'm gonna lose multiple castles here. And in my base, nothing to defend myself with. But surprisingly, a fairly decent economy going. Boom, there goes my castle. There goes the other castle. Now what you see me do here very soon is when I know that I've lost the momentum and the enemy's going to steamroll me, usually I build buildings out here and out here. Reason being is because often it sucks the enemy into attacking the nothingness here, like the houses and the military buildings, and here, when they could be cutting straight through the middle and going for the kill by snuffing out my eco. So we'll see how that goes. Alright. So I still haven't clicked up to Imperial. I have, but I'm only researching it 4% in. So he's got 4 knights, 5 knights and 3 trebs. Sorry, 4 obok, 4 trebs and 5 knights. And I don't have a single military unit. But I've created a castle over here, and I'm starting to build houses out here, hoping it just takes a little bit of time for him to knock them down before he goes for the kill. So really at this point, I am relying on red to make mistakes, even to just be in the game. That's how far he's ahead in my view of things. Right, so I'm in Imperial Age, and from here, what happens when my petard push fails especially when I'm up against a civilization like the Poles who don't have halberdier, camel, or paladin, or elephants, is I build a crap ton of winged hussar with the trample damage, and then I just try to overwhelm them purely with that one unit, just throwing things at the wall until the wall crumbles. And this is going exactly to my plan. He's killing the stuff on the outer side and not going for the kill. He's stopping here at these houses. Now, it looks like they're just random houses built randomly, but the reason why they're out here in the middle of nowhere is so that he'll do exactly this. These trebs need to be on their way. Because my eco's superior, he's really got to crush me while he's still got the military advantage. Right, so he's finally sending a treb. It looks like he's going to hit that gate. Right, let's see what I have to defend against this. Few winged hussar. And I've built some stables out this way too. Alrighty, here we go. Now look how good these winged hussar are. So they've got the same blacksmith upgrades, and the winged hussar can take on the cavalier. And from here on, things have really taken a turn. Now it looks like I'm in the winning position now, and he's relying on me to make mistakes. I blasted a hole in his wall more to create a diversion than anything, to make him think, oh crap, I'm being attacked, and it buys me some more time to mass my winged hussar. I don't care if the winged hussar die, because my whole plan relies on them dying. It's to have a really superior eco so I can just pump them like crazy, and if they die, they die, but I want villages garrisoned, and I want his economy shut down, and I want to kill as many villages as I can that don't garrison. So while this is happening, I'm accelerating the rate of my victory, because all his villages are in here, and 2,000 food, it sounds like a lot, but when it comes to winged hussar, it isn't. I'm creating about 8 at a time, he's creating about 4 at a time, and look how fast this food's disappearing. And now that's a real problem if you're garrisoning all your villagers who should be farming. So you look at all this farmland that can be produced. So he's got 5 stables, and I've got about 9. So he's fighting my winged hussar with his winged hussar, but the fight's on his base and he's outnumbered, and his eco stalled. Only 180 food left, that is an issue. And from this point, it's GG, unless he maybe creates some pikes. But even then, pikes might not be strong enough to stop the winged hussar. So at this point, if I was him, I would have resigned. But he obviously wanted to put up a fight. He was a nice guy, so I don't think he was doing this out of spite or just trying to delay the win. I think he actually thought he'd be able to have some chance of clawing his way back in. So what I've done down here is I've started building more stables. I'm up to 16 of them, and monasteries just next to the relics, just so I can get the priest out, bang, bang. At this point I don't really plan on using gold anyway, but it's a just in case. Maybe I might need champions if he goes pikes. And he has been garrisoned inside his TCs and castles for so long now that he's down to 243 food and has had to stop producing his winged hussar. It is all over Red Rover. But STBB, thanks for playing. It was a pleasure. It was a lot of fun. And Now you're internet famous to my massive audience of 33 subscribers. Oh gosh. And I think at this stage he must know it's over, but maybe he's just too reluctant to give up because of the huge lead he had earlier in the game. There we go. I'll have a quick look at the stats once I fast forwarded through the end of the game. There we go. So, looking at the stats, military, I killed the most units, but I also lost the most units, mostly because I was throwing my wing to Sai into castle fire and TC fire and all of that. Economy, I won across the board, quite convincingly in the end, but a lot of that might have to do with him being under pressure and creating a lot of military early, which could have got him the win, and also him being garrisoned once the game was all over. So that should probably be a bit closer than it was. Technology, he made a much faster feudal age and 9 minutes faster to Imperial Age than me. Society, I had 153 villages at peak. He had 102, so usually most players go for like 100 to 120, so he probably had the right amount or maybe a little bit less, and I probably overkilled it a little bit. Timeline, that shows a story of a dominant game from me, but it really wasn't. He did put up a hell of a fight, and at one point, probably this point here, just after he reached Imperial, that was really his chance to strike, and he could have torn me a new one if he was just a little bit more proactive and aggressive. So there's a good argument that he should have won, and I just got lucky by capitalizing off his lack of aggressiveness. But anyway, it was a really good game, and again, thank you STBB1025 for playing, and have a great day guys, like and subscribe.